Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/Mars vs. Venus Show. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Congregation! We are gathered here today because there's been something weighing down on our hearts for some time now. Well, I know it's been weighing down on mine. You see, there's a man out there who seems to be beyond reproach. As slick as a pearl, some would say. It's as if this man walks through the rain without getting wet. How can that be? It's as if his legal team is top 5 in the galaxy. Today, we present to you the Get the Hell On celebration of one Robert Sylvester Kelly. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time.
Yes, it's a very special edition of the Mars vs. Venus show. Why is it special? Because we actually made another one.
Yeah.
Episode 4.
4.
Made it. Almost. 2 more to go.
Look like we doing something.
This episode is dedicated.
This one's dedicated.
As Deacon Dr. Pastor so eloquently put it.
Pass the pork chop.
This is the Get the Hell On party. For one, Mr. Sylvester.
Yeah, because it's no longer Kellz no more. At this point, it's just Sylvester.
Yeah, you call him R. Kelly, Kellz.
The Papa of R&B.
Whatever. His name is Sylvester. We gonna call him Vesta.
Mama named Vesta. I'm calling Vesta.
We have got to talk. Let's talk. It's time. We have got to put this out there. Everybody has been ducking and dodging this for so long. Even after the recent stuff that happened just a few months back, y'all still buying these tickets.
Yeah, and it's just funny because in the past few years, everyone been taking down allegation left and right. Allegations. And this dude, I mean, they went and got Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein, and R. Kelly is still out here just frolicking, boy. I mean, no worries, not a care in the world.
Not a care in the world, because he paid everybody, but not a care in the world.
Well, the only thing he really worried about is who stole his furniture. But he got money, he can get all that back.
We don't. So, somebody out here sees this. One Mr. Jim DeRogatis. He's a music critic, does a little reporting.
Oh, he does more than a little reporting.
He has been on R. Kelly's ass for like almost 20 years.
Oh, yeah, honey badger mode. Can't stop, won't stop.
Every time something pops off, I think he works for the Sun-Times. Somehow, someway, the Sun-Times gets the exclusive, and Jim DeRogatis hot on the trail.
Yeah, if you do any searching of R. Kelly allegations, you're gonna see this man's name.
He was even a witness in one of the cases.
Oh yeah,
because he was the one who got the info first.
Oh yeah, he's here to get R. Kelly the fuck up out of here.
Oh, he's here for that. He's here to get him up out of this motherfucker. He's here to put him in that ejection seat.
Yeah, catapult this dude right up out of there.
Without further ado, though, before we get into our shit, let's give you a brief timeline, as brief as we can make 20 years of bullshit. Let's give you a brief timeline of what's been going on in Sylvester's life.
Right.
1994.
1994.
I was 7.
You were 7. Shit, I'm not gonna do the math on how old I was at that point in time, but I was not 7.
I was 7. Everybody remembers this because that's pretty much where every timeline starts, right? Every timeline starts with Aaliyah. We searched high and low trying to put stuff together and see when he did what and what year. Every timeline starts with Aaliyah.
Starts off 94, married Aaliyah.
Found a great timeline Rolling Stone article with Elias Late. He laid it all out there for us. I'd seen all of this separately, but he condensed everything.
I mean, honestly, there's even some stuff on here I didn't even know about, but the fact it wasn't like it wasn't reported.
Right. So, 94, the marriage with Aaliyah. That was the major thing that happened that pretty much popped this all off. As far as we know. Again, stuff like this, behavior like this doesn't just come out of nowhere.
Right.
So, who knows what was happening? This is where everything started. This is the base for what people keep building upon now.
Right. He basically married Aaliyah while he was 27 and she was 15 and
15 years old.
Forged the marriage documents to make it look like she was 18. Again, I think most people know that story. Even though they kind of just, we know that one. So let's move on to the things most people may not be aware of. 96. 96 was a great year, by the way. Bubble Out and Power.
I guess. 96, he had a lawsuit because apparently he allegedly had group sex with a group of minors.
While he was 24 and they were 15.
So there you go. There's that story that happened before Aaliyah. Because Aaliyah happened when he was 27.
Right.
So this happened when he was 24.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's what, 91?
Yeah.
Sheesh. I was 4.
That was settled out of court for $250,000. That the settlement went through in 98.
And who reported on this? The Sun-Times. The Sun-Times was everywhere.
So was R. Kelly. It was everywhere R. Kelly was, boy.
So, 2000, Jim DeRogatis reviewed the TP-2.com album. He reviewed that in the Sun-Times. After he did that review, he received a fax alleging that the Chicago Police Sex Crimes Unit had opened an investigation. Dun dun.
Kellz on SVU.
Kellz is on SVU at this point. They weren't able to find any witnesses willing to come forward, so that kind of just faded into the background. See, right here is when we start seeing that hellified legal team.
Yeah, this is where we see that money starting to talk.
Sylvester has a hellified legal team. 2001, a sex tape was sent to the Sun-Times, but nothing really came of it because they couldn't identify the age of the person in the video. But of course, a bootleg started circulating. Bootleg got around.
Yeah, they couldn't even tell who the woman was.
Right, they couldn't tell who the woman was.
Inconclusive.
That dropped. That's gone. Same year, an intern at a record company filed a suit against him for sexual harassment.
While she was 17, she claims, my man was groping and this, that, and the third, or coerced her into receiving oral sex from another woman.
Yeah, just some all-around wild stuff. And then
settled out of court for that.
2002, more sex tapes.
More suits, more sex.
Suits much.
And sex, boy.
Suits and sex just everywhere. This time, this is the tape. This is that tape where the comedians talked about it. Everybody was talking about it because apparently he was in here peeing on a girl.
Yeah, y'all remember Chappelle made a song about this. We laughed. It was funny then, but damn.
We'll get to that in a minute. But definitely, who was sent this tape?
Honey Badger Jim.
Jim saw this tape. Jim received this tape. He was a
witness in this trial.
He was a witness in the trial that came behind it. 21 counts of child pornography. 2003, he was arrested in where else but Florida?
Where else? It's where all the nutty shit happens.
They had a camera that contained what the police say was images of sex with a minor.
This was found on R. Kelly's property.
That's 12 more counts of child pornography.
And this is the thing. This is the thing about that. The search warrant wasn't necessarily legit. They didn't go through all the proper means to obtain it. But that does not mean that they did not find that camera with that stuff on it. Keep that in mind. 2004,
he got some of those charges that he had in Illinois dropped. Then in Florida, they were like, hey, we have to throw those charges out because you took that without the proper warrant. So never mind the fact that it was true and it was on there. They just had to drop it because they didn't go about it the right way.
Legal loopholes.
Basura. 2005. So more witnesses came forward. And in fact, the friend of the girl who was in the second sex tape, the one that everybody talks about, she confirmed, she was 14 at the time. They were able to nail down a time frame from when it occurred, but basically they really had nothing. The prosecutors had nothing. Even the judge was I'm going to throw this out.
It's hard to prove an alibi is wrong, going back after so much time has passed.
Right. And then 2008, after all of this, one Jim DeRogatis, he was a witness in this trial. Charges dropped. There was just too much of a gray area. There was too much that they didn't know, too much that they didn't obtain, too much that they didn't see. And the girl who was in the tape and her family didn't even take the stand. Other people took the stand. Well, her parents did, I guess, because they had other family members of hers take the stand to confirm that was her in the tape, to confirm her age. But the girl and her parents did not take the stand. Makes me feel like they received some cash, too.
Kellz is not guilty.
Then we get to 2013.
Jim's still on the case.
Jim is still on the case, still out here trying to take this dude down. Well, he says that he spoke with over 24 women who can confirm that Sylvester be on that bullshit when it comes to that bullshit, basically. 2015, they asked R. Kelly about something.
They ask him about his past legal issues and rumors, dealing with them. And this dude's replies are gold. It's solid gold. So he's asked if he's attracted to young girls. And his reply is, that's a rumor that comes from the earth, like all rumors.
What in the hell does that even mean?
But
you know what? Let's finish this timeline so we can tear off into this dude's
he's the Pied Piper R&B.
That's another thing we're going to discuss.
You got to expect him to be able to drop a mean haiku to confuse the masses right quick.
Yeah, all right. And now that brings us here. Back in 2017, those women in Chicago and Atlanta and wherever, their families saying, they're being held against their will. And everybody else was saying, well, they're grown, they're adults, they're not minors, they can leave if they want to. If you saw that interview that we saw, you saw that shadow in that girl's shirt saying, cut it. Like, hey, bitch, cut that out. Don't say nothing else.
You can't let them know where the dungeon's at.
If you weren't already done with R. Kelly after the other incidents, you had to have been done with this dude after that. But no, he's on tour.
Sold out.
Selling out shows with Charlie Wilson. Why is he still around?
In the social media era at that, this tender ass era that we are in.
Why is he still here? I don't understand it. So that was the timeline basically of all his bullshit. So let's get to the real. Why is he just able to get out of all these situations? Because me personally, growing up when I was younger, of course, I listened to R. Kelly. I definitely shouldn't have been listening to R. Kelly, but that's what my sister was playing. My sister was bumping R. Kelly. That's what I heard. But when I got older and started hearing all these stories, I'm looking at bro like, this is kind of wild.
Yeah.
I can't F's with this like this.
Now, me personally, this is how it went for me. I heard about the Aaliyah thing. Like, okay, that's strange. That's wild. Okay, it didn't seem like anyone did anything about it. I didn't hear anything else until the girl getting peed on. And that for me, I was like, damn, like that's wild. You know what I mean? Like, I thought he was done. I thought he was going to be done after that. They said he wasn't guilty. And it seemed like public opinion on it was, if I don't want to be peed on, I'm going to move.
Yeah, that's essentially what they said. Never mind, she was a child, allegedly.
Yeah.
She's old enough to know if she doesn't want to get peed on, just move out the way.
Yeah, and then there was other things. What she was doing in the video, they were saying she ain't look like no kid. And I'm like, hey, man.
First of all, I've never seen that video. Don't want to see that video. If you knew that they're saying that was a kid on that tape and you watched it, you really have to... Let's just stop. Think about it. Not the tape. Just think about the situation. If that girl was a child and you heard that R. Kelly is pissing on somebody's child in this video, why were you like, yeah, let me go watch that?
I don't know. It wasn't like that. I think it got out. So it just got out.
Again,
people saw it.
Hey, no judgment here. I'm just saying I was a child when all popped off anyway, so right, I definitely didn't see it.
And it's different. People were at different ages at different times when these things happen. But it was just more so of hey, I guess, court said he ain't do it. Guess he ain't do it. We were cool with it. It was slightly like an OJ thing. It was slightly like the OJ thing in a way.
I understand that the justice system screws us.
Hard.
It does. It screws us with a dry one and no lube. I get it. And I understand with the OJ case, it was more so we need this W. Let's get this W. But with with Sylvester, we don't need that W that bad.
Look, when it comes to singing and dancing, people will overlook a whole lot if you can sing and dance.
Not really, because Chris Brown still hasn't bounced back. But that's another case. Domestic violence is also wrong. But
so wait. So actually, what's more? Since we here, what's more important? Beating up a woman or peeing on a little girl? Which one gives you a more?
They're both bad.
What's more of a?
They're both bad, but if
clearly one is worse.
But if one is going to be out of here, the other needs to be out of here. But you definitely shouldn't be peeing on kids. If I had to pick between Oh, don't make me. I can't
Now,
pick between domestic violence and
no. But this is
and
essentially
molestation.
that's what people have done. We pick.
That is what people have done, and
We pick.
they've chosen. Hey, domestic violence is worse. That's what they've chosen. Me personally, I don't want to be anywhere around a dude that's okay with picking on children.
Yeah, or just people underage.
Yeah, like ugh,
I think
no.
it just comes to a point we will overlook a lot for our own entertainment.
And I think another reason,
and that's everyone in general, but
I think another reason why is with the Chris Brown incident, people did make jokes. There were some people making jokes out of it, but nobody really went in on jokes like they did with the R. Kelly thing. Like, it's one of those laughter is the best medicine things.
I mean, yeah, I do feel like social media plays a big part in this. But hell, I mean, when it was just all jokes with R. Kellz. It
was all jokes with R. Kellz. I remember various comedians just making jokes about that. I remember growing up watching when one comedian was talking about how the girl was standing next to, I guess she was standing next to a tub or something.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, you couldn't tell that was a child by the way she was swinging her arms or something like that.
Right.
Like she was doing childlike actions or whatever,
right.
I guess waiting to get peed on. I don't know.
But
that was the joke. And
man, Dave Chappelle had whole skits,
drip,
song.
drip. And that shit was funny.
It was funny.
That shit was hilarious.
Well, at the same time,
as funny as it was true.
Yeah, I mean, you can laugh at something and still be like, hey, that's terrible.
I did. It's terrible, but that joke was hilarious.
And I think
Dave Chappelle's a genius.
He is. But I think that kind of helped it slide on by. And I don't know how I necessarily feel about that. Like, for everyone to be, in their feels about everything now, it's okay to look back and admit that we were trash about some other things.
I think that people think, especially with Dave Chappelle especially, I don't think they understood that he was making those skits, although they were funny, he was making them from a stance of social awareness, making you aware of the situation. Like, yeah, I'm doing this because this is funny, but this shit is not okay. Other people, I don't think that connected. They were just like, oh, that shit's funny. Next.
I can see that.
And it's always been weird, and like the industry, it seems like they've just let him slide.
Yeah, they let him slide. I guess there has to be some people who just get away with stuff for there to be people who don't get away with stuff.
Yes, but getting away with that, though?
Well, that seems to be a popular thing in Hollywood.
I don't understand it. Let's make this very clear. It was a black man on tape actually committing a crime. They are out here shooting us in the streets for less. They are shooting us in the streets for nothing. And somehow this guy over here is peeing on children and holding people captive.
Yeah, because ain't none of them dudes they shot in the street could hold a tune like that.
Bruh, that is terrible.
That's where we're at. Hey, Gerard Carmichael said it also. Talent over morals. How many kids were we willing to give up? Let's just say Michael Jackson, like he said. Let's just say Michael Jackson did do it. How many kids were you willing to sacrifice for Michael Jackson to keep on going?
Oh, I'm not doing that.
But this is basically what we do. This is how we look at things.
This is how we look at things.
We don't say it, but in the back of our minds, we've worked it out. I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
So now that we know in the court of public opinion, he's still good because people are still buying out shows.
Yeah. Now we can sit back on social media and whatnot and say we ain't checking for him, this, that, and the third.
Right.
But
somebody's buying these tickets.
Yeah. If he puts something out, we're gonna look.
I'm not looking at a damn thing.
I'm talking about
in general.
Just in general.
Oh, yeah, I don't my ears don't perk up when I hear anything R. Kelly related. That dude there.
And it's wild though, because this dude is a generational talent.
He is a generational talent, but he can get the hell on.
Oh yeah, he's got to get on.
Sylvester can get the hell on.
But I say that to say that there's nothing personal with this dude. I don't know him.
No, there's nothing personal at all, but you're moving real funny. And you have been for over 20 years.
Right.
So it's time to call a spade a spade. Yeah. Sylvester, you have to get the hell on.
Call a predator a predator.
And even if you don't believe any of the stuff, there are so many red flags that he gives you to where it should give you at least some pause.
I mean, the easiest ones is the fact that this man refers to himself in third person in the interview.
Third person.
Now, I can't even lie. If I got super rich, I might do the same thing. But that's just one of the things that is still a red flag. Because he does other things. But once you mix that in with the other things he does, this should all come together and be an issue.
So a few years back, my red flag, and because of what I learned and because of what we read in English class, when he started calling himself the Pied Piper of R&B. So,
yeah, that story.
Little education for you on the story of the Pied Piper. Basically, this was like 13th century Germany folklore. And the Pied Piper, or the rat catcher of Hamelin. This city of Hamelin was overrun. It was infested with rats. And this guy, they were like, hey, Mr. Pied Piper, get these rats the hell out of here.
Yeah, he came through town.
Came through town like, cool, I'll get him out. Played his little flute or his pipe. And the rats were driven away. He went up to be like, okay, pay me. Pay you? For scaring a few rats away? We're not paying you for that. Oh, you're not paying me? Cool. He played his little flute. And all of the children of this town ran into this cave, never to be seen again.
That is the guy
that he chose to start calling himself.
The guy who
uses music to lure children away forever. With the pipe.
Seems to be working. It's pretty effective.
It seems to be pretty freaking effective because everybody's okay with that. He even wears a mask. But hey, they're cool with it.
This guy, and this is another thing. Any man who changes his look that many times in 1 year, something wrong. I've seen this dude go from cornrows to a bald head back to cornrows all in the same year. Nobody does that shit.
First of all, whose hair grows that fast?
Exactly.
I've been natural for 8 years.
I
wish I could cut all my hair off and grow it back and put some cornrows in.
What changes did you go through mentally that you felt like you need to go from hair to bald to hair? Like, what the fuck is going on in your mind?
Shaving off the evidence.
You know what? I'll allow it.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
He also answers every question with a story or a haiku.
He definitely answers with a story or a haiku.
Like, all of your answers have iambic pentameter.
Man, this dude, and I've always had this one question. What did he really mean by a little bump and grind?
Because his mind told him no.
His body, it was telling him yes. It's all in context. It's how you phrase it. He said a little bump and grind. We talking about, just a little something. Nah, my man was talking about age right then and there, boy.
Oh my God.
We didn't catch it. We didn't catch it. A little bump and grind.
It's all of that to say is
stay woke, y'all. That's all I'm saying.
Or not. It's just all of that to say is there's so many things that have been shown to us as a whole, as a population, as a group of people, and we still buy this man's albums. Now, I am not one for stopping anybody's check, but his can stop. Sylvester can get the hell on.
Yeah, he definitely can. Yeah, I'm not trying to. Well, I mean, take it how you want to. For those out there who always have something to say, or as they call them, social justice warriors about this other person, what they're doing, what that person's doing. Here go one right here. I'm saying this is an easy one.
Sylvester needs to get the hell on.
This is an easy one. This one wide open. Y'all can have it, this one. I'm just saying. We just pointing in a direction. Look over here. Wildin'.
And there's just so many clues, and I just honestly think it's because there are people out there who are just putting allegations on people. And so everybody's first instinct is to be like, oh, you're lying. Why would you lie about that? Why would you say that? And unfortunately, it makes it worse for the people who actually are victims.
Right.
And then when you have victims who don't know they're victims.
Right.
That's another problem.
Which is
freaking Stockholm syndrome.
Hey, do a little good for you. First they're sour, then they're sweet.
Right.
Just getting Sour Patch Kid shit happening to them. It doesn't matter. Hey, man. Hey, they like it. I love it. Not really, but
I don't love a damn thing about it.
Yeah.
I really need them to. I just need them to wake up. I need them to understand, like, this is not okay.
Nah.
We joke about it because, the jokes are funny. But
it is funny. It's just the fact that every day you get up, everybody is reporting on everybody else's business. This man business right here.
It's been right here.
I see people dig and search for all type of stuff on other people. This wide open, and we just look and laugh at this one.
He is still selling out shows.
Still smoking cigars.
And selling out shows. And doing collaborations.
appearing at All-Star games.
And selling out shows.
In turtlenecks.
He's still selling out shows.
Yeah.
Who is still buying these tickets? You know, I went on StubHub.
Uh-huh.
And I checked the ticket prices.
Right.
You know, floor seats were $300.
$300.
You paying $300 to watch a Predator?
Well, no, they're paying $300 to listen to a Predator.
Okay, to listen to a Predator. You're not watching them in action.
Yeah.
I guess.
Hey, man.
It's time for Sylvester to get the hell on.
Yeah, I think he's earned it. I think he's put in enough work. He's done his due diligence. Y'all, there's nothing else pretty much left except for someone to turn up missing, like for good with this dude.
Man, that dude can come to y'all and tell y'all he ate her. And y'all will still be like, well, I mean, she saw him boiling the water.
Saw him boiling the water.
She should have just left.
Yeah. Hey, it's cool though. Pick and choose, I guess. Pick and choose.
Yeah, I guess we pick and choose. I see y'all though.
Yeah.
Buying tickets for a Predator. That's what's up.
So if anybody's ever seen Full Metal Alchemist, you'll understand the law of equivalent exchange. If we gonna take this nigga out of here, we gotta replace it with something.
This is true. Now, I don't really know who to replace him with, but I'm sure many of us, our next go-to will be Trey Songz. Fuck no.
Oh, damn Trey Songz, man. Are you serious?
There's no way we're letting Trey Songz in any space. Trey Songz can't even replace Trey Songz at this point.
Nah, we could replace Trey Songz with Sammy, and I think we'll be all right at this moment.
Is true.
When nobody really cares.
I like Sammy, and we've known Sammy longer.
Right. Oh shit, we could replace Trey Songz with Iman. I don't know why I like you so much. We can go dig that Negro up and have him replace Trey Songz.
I'm sure there's a bus driver somewhere destined to go viral that we can replace Trey Songz with.
Man, look, I'm with you. We don't necessarily need that Negro either.
So we pretty much could put anybody in Trey Songz's space. Now that we have that out the way, we still don't have a replacement for Sylvester. Fuck, we have to get these people a replacement so they can stop supporting this Predator.
Daniel Caesar.
You know, I would actually put Daniel Caesar above Sylvester, but Daniel Caesar's dope. We can get enough people to convert and listen to Daniel Caesar. We might be able to make this dude disappear long enough so they'll forget about him, and we can just shoot him into the sun on the low.
But all the players who wear linen shirts and sandals, it's gonna be a hard fight to get them to convert.
It is, because they don't do nothing but step at barbecues, weddings, at the club.
Now we do realize that is a large part of the R. Kelly horde is the old players who keep it cool in the back seat.
Question: is everybody's American Legion a club for old people?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Because it is where I'm from. The Post. That's what it's called.
The Post.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, I'm pretty sure every Shriners, every hall, that's where the old folks come. Every lodge, that's where the old people come cut a rug at.
I've been in a few Shriners clubs, boy.
But you're an old nigga.
I'm not old. It's just I might.
You have old people tendencies.
I might have a reason to be in those places.
You got an old swag.
No.
You have an
But
old
I've
swag.
definitely, what I can say is, when I started going to the Shriner, I only go there when I want to chill, really, and just hang out. But my sisters wanted to go all the time. I'm like, we don't have to go there. We can go to a regular club. But it was nice getting drinks all the time. This dude definitely was buying me drinks. It was like buy one, get one free. I came back to the table with 6 margaritas for the sisters.
I'm convinced that old niggas, like, they get a second job just so they can buy drinks.
Yeah, because they get their rocks off by buying drinks. You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to do anything at all. Let me buy you a drink. Okay. Whew. Girl, you make me feel so good. Smile for me again.
Because that shit don't even work no more. It's just, I think they just like to see women drunk at this point. Pick you up off the floor, drag you off.
Oh, never that.
Now I'm starting to understand why so much R. Kelly played in places like that. It's all coming together.
Connection.
Yeah, that about wrap this one up. What do you think?
Oh,
good?
Yeah, we're good. We're all the way good. I just want to thank everybody who participated in last week's contest for that $25 Amazon gift card.
Definitely appreciate that.
Certainly appreciate all the entries that you sent in. A whopping fucking 0.
Because that was beautiful. I
can just keep my money.
Yeah, we were looking forward to that shit.
Yeah, keep our money. Hey, we tried. That was our little,
We try to lure you in
Try to lure you in.
with money.
We can't even lure your ass in with money.
That I don't even know what that says.
I don't know. Well, we're going to keep doing this 2 more weeks.
Maybe we need a guest.
Maybe we'll need a guest.
Who knows? Maybe we'll find a guest.
Right. But I actually do something a little bit different, you know. We're still trying stuff out. Do want to leave it with one thing. Want to get completely away from that topic. We spent so much time on Sylvester. Want to get completely away from Sylvester and all his bullshit. But I do want to leave you with something to think about. As a black woman, I feel like I always find myself changing my approach or having to stop and think about what I say 3, 4, 5 times before I say it, because I don't want someone to think that I'm just being belligerent or just outright being that angry black woman. I've been in situations where people have lied and cheated and stolen ideas, my ideas, and I've had to step to them about that. It's my shit. But immediately they want to write you off as an angry black woman because you're stepping up for what is yours. Why should we always have to be the ones that take into account what could happen if we approach a situation a certain way? Why do we always get together and say, what can we do to ensure that this doesn't happen? Why is that always on us? Why should it be on me to change how I want to say something so you'll get my message? Because I don't want to hurt your feelings, or because I don't want you thinking a certain way. Why don't you just fucking change?